Imagine this. A family that looks, well, pretty ordinary on the surface. Then, a shocking murder plot. And the prosecutor who painstakingly pieced it all together. Today, we're doing a deep dive into the state of Florida v. Donna Adelson. We're really focusing on the prosecution's opening statement. Our mission here is to unpack how all these different pieces of evidence, family emails, this wild undercover bump operation, how they all wove together into this really compelling story of murder for hire.
And at the center of it all, tragically, was Daniel Markel. He was a respected legal scholar, FSU professor, and maybe most importantly, a really devoted father to his two young boys. His life was just brutally ended. A contract killing right in his own garage back in 2014. Investigators even called it cinematic in its horror.
Yeah.
And the crime scene itself, completely sterile, no fingerprints, no DNA left behind. Just this huge mystery that took years, literally years, to unravel.
So the investigation starts, and it quickly goes beyond just the immediate crime scene, right? They were tracking the getaway car, this small, light-colored Prius.
Right. But they also had to dig into Markel's life. They needed a motive. Why would someone order a professional hit like this? And what they found was this incredibly bitter divorce from Wendi Adelson, Donna's daughter.
Okay, the divorce. And the prosecution's argument was that Donna Adelson, the defendant here, was the relentless driving force. Is that how they put it?
Exactly. The driving force behind the family, wanting Wendi and the kids to move down to Miami, a move Markel was firmly against.
And the emails. Those seem crucial. Donna Adelson's emails, they really painted a picture, didn't they? A mother just spiraling.
Absolutely spiraling. Desperate. She saw Markel as this huge obstacle to what she thought was family happiness.
And it wasn't just like normal family friction. She offered him $1 million.
$1 million bribe, yeah. Which he refused.
Yeah.
And when that failed, she started cooking up these really disturbing schemes.
Like staging photos of the grandkids in a Catholic church or dressing them in Nazi uniforms. Wow. All to bully Markel.
All to bully him into letting the kids move. It showed this extreme, almost pathological need for control. Just one goal. Get Wendi and the boys to Miami, whatever it took.
So, okay, you have this rage, this obsession. How does that turn into a murder plot? What was the prosecution's theory there?
The argument was simple. Donna made Markel Charlie's problem to solve.
Yeah.
Charlie Adelson, her son, her close confidant. And Charlie had a connection, Katherine Magbanua, his girlfriend at the time. She had access to, well, what the prosecution called a criminal element.
Meaning the guys who actually did it.
Right. Sigfredo Garcia and Luis Rivera, two men from Miami, gang-affiliated according to the state. The prosecution alleged they were the ones who stalked Markel, drove up from Miami, and shot him in his garage.
The details are just awful. Driver's side window shattered, a neighbor hearing that single shot.
It's chilling. And the legal strategy the prosecution used, this train car analogy, is pretty interesting.
Explain that. How did the train car work?
They argued communication flowed in a line. Donna talks to Charlie. Charlie talks to Katherine. Katherine talks to Garcia. It's structured, you see.
Ah, okay. Designed to insulate the Adelsons, keep them away from the direct act.
Exactly. Plausible deniability. Yeah. But then you have the circumstantial evidence starting to pile up. Phone records showing the hitmen traveling to Tallahassee, turning off their phones around the time of the murder.
Connecting the dots. And Katherine Magbanua was the key link, wasn't she? Dating Charlie, but also the mother of Garcia's children.
She was the bridge. Absolutely crucial.
Beyond the calls and the connections, money usually plays a role in these things. What about the financial trail?
Oh, definitely. Post-murder, Garcia, Rivera, Magbanua, they suddenly had cash for big purchases. Cars, cosmetic surgery. Magbanua's bank records were particularly telling. A huge spike in cash deposits. Undisclosed sources.
And then Donna Adelson herself gets involved financially.
Yes. Just 2 months after the murder, Donna adds Katherine Magbanua to the payroll of the family dental practice. Personally signs 44 bi-weekly paychecks.
Even though Magbanua never actually worked there.
He never set foot in the place, according to testimony. It looked like a pretty clear, if maybe a bit clumsy, attempt to funnel payment.
Wow. Okay, so things are building, but the real breakthrough came with that undercover operation, right? The bump.
That was in 2016. An undercover FBI agent, posing as someone trying to blackmail them over the murder, approached Donna Adelson.
And her reaction was, well, not what an innocent person's might be.
Not at all. She didn't call the police. First call, straight to Charlie. And their conversations, wiretapped, were filled with this clumsy code, talking about a TV repair costing about $5, clearly referencing the $5,000 blackmail demand. Panic set in.
Charlie then meets Magbanua, right? and says something pretty damning.
Yeah, he tells her if this was really the police, they would have already gone to the airport. Basically, they would have already been arrested. He even talked about possibly having the blackmailer killed.
That's what prosecutors call consciousness of guilt, isn't it? Actions that just scream, you know you did something wrong.
Textbook example. And eventually, that pressure led to cooperation.
Rivera and Magbanua flipped.
Eventually, yes, they detailed the plot. Magbanua testified. Charlie told her his mother, Donna, was incredibly distraught over the custody battle. She even recounted Charlie saying Donna had washed the cash payment, literally laundered it, so it couldn't be traced.
Unbelievable. And the final piece, after Charlie's conviction.
That was the nail in the coffin for the prosecution's case against Donna. Within hours of Charlie being found guilty, Donna starts frantically researching countries with no extradition treaty with the U.S., and she booked one-way tickets to Vietnam for herself and Charlie's father.
Arrested on the jetway, trying to flee. That's about as strong an indicator of guilt as you can get, short of a confession.
A powerful final piece of evidence for the jury to consider.
So we've walked through this incredibly complex web. Conspiracy, obsession, hired killers. It's just a stark reminder, isn't it? The lengths people might go to solve what they see as a problem.
It really is.
Yeah.
And this deep dive, it shows how these complex legal ideas like principal liability, meaning you're responsible for a crime someone else commits for you, or conspiracy, the agreement itself, and solicitation, asking someone to commit a crime, how they can be proven, often is through this powerful chain of circumstantial evidence, especially when you see those telling actions and words, the coded calls, the attempt to flee. That consciousness of guilt becomes very persuasive.
And maybe that leaves us and you listening with a final thought to chew on. What actually happens when a parent's love, or what they call love, twists into something monstrous, this kind of obsession? And how does that pursuit of what someone thinks is family happiness become the motive for something truly unthinkable, something to ponder?